doing decently well with my classes. Um, Last semester, working on an application for the JET program, which, if I haven't told you guys yet, is a program that sends people with a minimum of a bachelor's degree to Japan to be an assistant language teacher for a year.
Yes, you have told. Is it going well? Have you been qualified?
Um, I am still in the process of applying, mostly because I have to figure out how I am going to write that essay that they want.
Oh, what's the essay about?
Let me pull it up. Um, in the space provided, you must submit an application statement of purpose slash essay regarding your motivations for applying to the JET program. So, why you wish to go to Japan as a participant in the program, and why you're interested in the position which you applied for. Uh, what effect you hope to have on the Japanese community and internationally as a result of your participation. How your experiences, professional skills, and relevant interests will be useful, and what you hope to gain both professionally and personally.
Okay, I've got answers for you. One, Japan is cool. Two, to teach them the best language on the planet. Three, what was the third thing that they asked you to do?
Um, how your experiences, professional skills, and relevant interests will be useful.
You speak Japan or Japan. You speak Japan. Yes. You speak Japanese, and then last point, C point one again. Boom. Essay written. You're welcome.
I mean, that's more or less what I intend on writing. It's just expanding that out to 2 pages.
Two page. Ah. Okay. Yeah, that's totally a lot. 2 pages. Is it front and back, or is it literally like you could print it on one page of printer paper?
Let's see. To assist you and prevent the loss of any unsaved data, it is recommended that you write your essay with a word editor first, then copy paste it into the text box. Please write no more than 2 pages in Times New Roman 12-point font, double spaced.
Okay, so that means that you're barely going to have enough time to get like 5 paragraphs in. You'll be fine.
Anything beyond 2 pages double spaced will not be read.
Yeah,
And
you'll
be
be fine.
careful if they have exact, like how much you have to do exactly, do that exactly. I know quite a few professors who, if they say do this exactly, if you do not do that exact amount, they will not read the essay. They told, they said it themselves. They told me, yeah, if the student is like one sentence off, they don't read the essay.
That is dumb.
Uh, kind of. Yeah, it's dumb.
What is your argument for and or against?
What?
But like, why do they have to be so specific?
Um, it's how
Specific.
it's so it was for practice writing a grant, and it's how they do it for grant writing. It's how like people
Uh,
who like read grants kind of filter them out because they'll get like hundreds of grants, and they go if you're not like if you don't follow the instructions, who's to say you're actually going to use the money correctly?
okay, that's gonna make yeah. All right. Let's put it this way. I just had to take an entire 4-hour exam on taxes.
Jesus.
I
Uh,
hate the U.S. government so much. So if it has anything to do with legalese, I fully understand that it is dumb. So it's not your professor's fault. My goodness.
He, that professor hated the grant system too. He purposefully chose to go into his line of work because it was with trees. He uses the same exact fucking essays every year for his grants because trees take a fuck ton of time to grow. So he doesn't have to change what he's doing for like 5 or 10 years.
That is awesome.
He picks a strategy and just goes with it.
Does it work?
Yeah, he doesn't get any because he won't get any like results for like 5 years or so. Um, he's just chilling. Like he gets a ton of money to just I mean, he has to work with more species than other people, but
But they're trees.
yeah, it takes a while.
That
Like,
sounds like an amazing job.
yeah, he kind of like he struck gold. And he loves what he does too. Um, he was teaching a bunch of classes simply because he had the time to, and all of his classes were like amazing. I've yeah, the labs he did were just like phenomenal.
Hmm.
That is awesome to hear.
Yeah.
On a side note, with trees, and this will be my last personal question, DM, have you had to deal with any, what is it called, petrified wood?
Not recently,
Okay.
but I have a feeling that there was a line of thought if the answer was yes, which I have encountered petrified wood on numerous occasions, just not within the past year.
Same here.
Yeah. Petrified
Speaking of
tree.
trees, oh, sorry.
Continue.
Oh, I was going to segue very smoothly, I might add, into the fact that there's a massive tree that's trying to kill us.
Oh yeah, should we petrify that?
It might RGB petrified.
Might or you could be right. We just got to make it the dead and petrified part.
So
Yeah.
you gotta make it look at Medusa.
Could you turn it?
New side quest unlocked. Acquire a Medusa. That's gonna be our next like 5 sessions. It's just finding a Medusa, somehow taking it captive, and then showing it to the tree. With that, turning a bunch of signets into stone.
Are you kidding? Daehyun would love that. It would be like their final moments of heroic action, trapped forever. Oh, that sounds so. They would line his death boulevard.
Oh no, there's just like a single hallway in his fortress, and it's just signets who got turned to stone.
Oh yeah, and the
But
walls are
question,
made of skulls.
that question, how would you make the tree look at the Gorgon? It doesn't have eyes.
Sterling can give it eyes. Um,
We could modify the Medusa to work on things without eyes.
what? Wait. What if it's just eye contact, right? So what if we just contacted Medusa's eyes with the tree? Eh? Just we'll like
That's
spoil things down. Ugh.
Well, last time with the Order of the Swan, I don't really remember what happened. I think what happened is that you fought a member of the Fallen Chosen and a sapling in the Ganomycin Theocracy, and had another meeting in which it was basically at the ironic suggestion of Chomper to gather the armies of the world and go after the hungry one. If I'm remembering correctly. It's been a while since I last watched that session. But the party is now maxed level. Yeah, that doesn't mean the rest of all the NPCs that should be on your screen are that level. But at least you guys are. As well as Silvar, Vogley, Chomper, um, these four individuals, and presumably all these people. Oh, and a CERN off-worlder.
Saying what now?
And a CERN off-worlder.
Oh, okay.
Turku.
Yes, Turku. Let me just see if Sturbon is maxed. He is currently level 15, so I have a feeling,
I think
did
you.
we skip a few levels?
Um, perhaps. I thought we were just
Okay.
skipping a level or two. I don't recall what level everyone else was at.
I am currently at level 20.
Yeah, I forgot. I might have forgotten to level him up a few times.
Well, as a side note, guess who's no longer squishy?
Who?
Chomper.
Oh, sweet.
She now has almost 250 HP.
Nice. Wait, 250?
I think specifically it's 242.
Why do I only have 181? I have.
Chomper took the tough feat,
Okay.
which gave her an extra 40, I think.
Yeah, it's still 200. Like, that is way over me. I mean, I have a 17 in Constitution. Maybe that's it.
That would do it, because I think the other three NPCs that I leveled up have minimum 18.
Eh. You know what? I'm going to make sure that everything's updated on my side. Just to be sure. Yep.
Do keep in mind that with uh, at certain levels, I think this would only apply to Starabon because I don't recall if he ever multi-classed.
He has not multi-class, no.
Yeah, so you would have gotten your last ability score improvement at level 19. Well, if you did multi-class, uh, you would have to make sure both classes are divisible by 4 in order to get your max. Like, even division.
Yeah, I'm just having issues with the character manager. And by that I mean it does not want work.
Well, yeah, so there is going to be quite a bit of time because Like I said, once you guys start heading for the hungering one, that's the point of no return. Like either it's a TPK or you win. Like you save the world from being consumed.
Right.
Woo.
That's your last save point before the final boss. Well, maybe not the last save point, but you get what I'm trying to get across.
Right. Yeah.
I suppose technically, with some people having teleportation magic, but that wouldn't be fun now, would it? So,
Sorry.
I
uh,
forgot. Hmm.
you forgot what?
How certain the magical items you gave me, certain abilities they had.
Hmm.
I don't think it ever came out like the Nature's Mantle. I can hide as a bonus action.
I
It's fun.
with the amount of time that's going to pass, there is um, you can ask for certain magical items. Doesn't mean you'll get them, but there's a chance you could get something. I mean, you have multiple people on the island that are uh, working on recreating the Fallen Chosen armor.
Yes, please. Thank you.
But what is it that you would like to do as preparation besides trying to recruit armies?
Oh, yes. I forgot that's what we were doing. Oh, boy. This is going to be a fun bit. Okay. Armor, recruit armies. Um, what else can we possibly do? What else would Daehoon think about? Armies and equipment. That's it, honestly.
Starbound's running around. What is it? Awakening creatures. Now's the time. You want an army? Here's an army of smart as fuck animals. Deal with it.
Yes, the army of squirrels.
Hey, their nuts can be explosives.
Nice.
I Well, you do have recruiting armies like from individual countries, but you also have this entire set of NPCs that you can ask to join your cause.
Imagine being what VD. You got yanked by this crew, shoved around for a bit, kind of forgot it, and then they show up one day. They're just like, hey, we're fighting a god. You want to help? It's just like some random bandit. Uh,
Well, you know what's funny on my end is that because of the sidekick rules, he's the same level as you guys.
oh,
Oh,
God.
Because with sidekick rules, the level of the sidekick is the average of the party.
yikes.
And since you all became level 20, he's now level 20.
Joy. I'm having the greatest of times with this character mansion.
Oh, is it all of the stuff that doesn't come automatically?
Let's put it this way, it's not even letting me roll for health.
Oof.
Oh,
Why? I don't actually know.
I'll work with Visa later.
Yeah, I guess I'll work on it at a later point.
Um,
Oh, there we go. I just had to reload it. Damn.
so I think first order of business ought to be um, nice.
Oh, it
Actually,
actually showed that.
actually, that's not terrible.
No, it's not.
Nice.
I think it would be. This would probably be a suggestion from Fleur. Would be to ask the people the party knows. That way, they have time to prepare for the battle. That would be Fleur's
Yeah,
suggestion, but that's like she's just one member of the party.
yeah, sure. Starvon will like call a few birds and send them out, I guess, with letters.
Letter saying what?
Hey, world's about to be destroyed. If you want to help us, if you want to help us fight this crazy tree, join us wherever the hell we're grouping up at whatever time we're grouping up. Soon as we figure out where that is.
Anyone in particular that you are sending these out to, or is this just a general thing?
Uh, General thing, I guess. We're just sending it out to pretty
I
much
would be
every
careful.
PC here. Yeah. I don't I don't know about the Lich, but he'll send it to the Spirit of Nature for sure.
What? You're not going to send it to the Lich? He's one
I'm
of the
trying to
people that
think.
you've encountered before.
He is. I'm just trying to think of which which one Sturban doesn't approve of. I actually
Turco.
don't know. Okay, you don't approve of Turku.
Yeah.
Sturban's pretty ambivalent, but
I mean, the people that you have the least good reputation with would be uh, the ones that I am going to mark with a red dot.
oh, good. Yeah, I was trying to figure out who those three people were.
Wait. This one should be familiar to Daewin.
Yeah, I meant the ones in the middle. I was trying to figure out who
Present.
K30 and both Goku
Oh,
were.
wait, sorry. Oh, you. Oh, you brought her back. How long has it been since we saw Fancy Pants for the last time? And also River. I think I drew something for that. Anyway,
uh, a long time.
it's been a little while.
Damn, archery is kind of broken.
Archery?
Arch Druid.
Oh. Yeah. Starborn's going to be living for a long time.
Yeah. Another thing I'm realizing is he's not really it's, he's not really allowed to have any feats, is he? At least not on roll 20.
You can, like, copy paste them. That's what I usually have done with feats.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing. Thankfully, D&D Beyond, they actually allow you to add in custom feats and anything now, which is a godsend. They used to be super strict there.
But yeah, so these three in the middle, they were that party that whose leader lived through wine in his face, like very early in the campaign. They were called the King's Retainers, and they were one of the adventurer gangs in Snukiv. The other being Yun Shan's group, and the last being Libertas's.
Okay.
Uh, of course, the adventurer gangs are now gone, and they the NPCs are roughly gathered into related groups. So you've had the your four artificers on the Steel Swan, your two cooks together. Um, this old party before they retired. Uh, Silvar's party. Of course, the failed chosen. Um, the level 20s that you have on your island. Uh, Brand. These two who we haven't seen since the Dragonborn spaceship.
Oh, I remember this feat. They broke it in the newest version.
Which feat is that?
Warcaster. Instead of being hostile creature moving too close to you, it's anyone who moves close to you. You can use an opportunity attack on. So in the news edition, if you get the Warcaster feat, you can just
Screw over your
you can
party
have an
members?
yeah, you can have a party member get close to you. You can just opportunity attack them with haste or some shit. It's so stupid.
What the heck?
Like rules as written, that's what you can do. That's what a lot of people claim you can do. Rules as written. It's stupid.
I'm pretty sure rules is intended would be the same as they were before, though.
They changed the wording for it. Uh,
Yeah, they've done a lot of word changes.
when it, what's the newest version of D&D now? It's like one.
That was the code name for it back when it was still in development. It's still technically 5e, but it's more like 5.5.
I mean, because there's a few that are just like they changed the wording enough to make them a little concerning for anyone involved.
I mean, it's backwards compatible with the 2014 rules, is what it is.
Yeah. So yeah, they did change it so any creature can provoke an opportunity attack from you, and you can cast a spell with it.
Yeah.
Really quick, DM.
Yes.
Is this the gearing up section, or are we still going to role play going around and talking to people?
That will depend on how much we get to. I want to get because um I want to get the NPCs out of the way. That way, I know who to level up and who not to.
Okay.
Uh, if they need a level up.
How about this? We know what damage types these people are very good at, well, resisting and dishing out. For the sake of this, because I don't know all of the damage types that all of these NPCs can do, could you please choose the ones for us that do that damage type? And don't
Um,
and like veer away from the ones who don't do that damage type. Like if someone only does fire damage, maybe we don't pick them.
so I don't recall anyone being solely fire. People like the wizards, they're going to have a variety of spells.
Okay, so let's put it this way: any paladins are just out because radiant damage is their main damage. Um, I mean, maybe they could be meat shields, but maybe that's not a good idea.
Are there any other paladins on here besides Oathbreaker?
Probably not.
Uh, that'll be something for me to worry about later. So no paladins.
Okay,
So that mental note for me: no paladins.
no paladins and all the barbarians.
Bringing all the barbarians.
Okay,
Okay,
and all the wizards
all the wizards. Okay.
and all the healers and any rogues if you have them.
uh, yeah, definitely a handful of rogues.
Okay, how about here? We'll just do the exclusion classes. No paladins and no rangers, and druids would probably be useful. No fighters, unless we don't have a whole lot of frontliners.
Well, you're going to want fighters to take those hits.
Okay, fine, we'll have the fighters. No rangers, no paladin. There we go.
And
And
drop the
potentially
rogue that
no.
you have bad relations with.
Yeah, we could get rid of Turku.
I'm afraid
Um,
that Daehun's the only one that has bad relations with him.
It
yeah. How about
really, yeah.
yes, we could um,
Drop the three in the middle.
drop the three in the middle. We're not getting rid of River, just because Daehun is sentimental. It's totally Daehun. And the rest of them look fine, honestly. Maybe Tegan, just because like he might be an artificer, but I'd prefer him to be working on other stuff, right?
I mean, all three of these guys are artificers, but they're also captains of your ship.
Right. So as long as they're on the ship taking care of the ship, then that specification is good for me.
All right. Sterbon, anything to add?
Uh, no, not really. Seems pretty good.
There we go.
The captains.
Yeah, I don't think I have anything else.
All right, that's going to be a lot of work
A
for
lot
me.
of work.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
going to be a lot of work for me.
Sorry. You
Luckily,
said this was endgame.
yeah, it is endgame, and luckily, some of these people are either already maxed out or retired, so I don't have to level them up at all.
Nice. What was with Orit Thraller?
Um, you mean why it's not or she's not recommended?
Yeah.
Acrophobia, basically fear of large spaces.
Okay.
Um,
Well, suck it up, Buttercup. Yeesh.
all right,
The world's about to end.
Damn.
Cool.
all right.
Cool, cool, cool.
Um, uh, so do you want to do the recruiting armies now, or which would basically be the role play, or do you want to go over what equipment you want to be searching for?
I would like to request some equipment.
All right.
Okay. I guess I'm going to go. I would like, as soon as it loads in, armor of necrotic resistance plate, please.
Okay. So. Uh,
That is blue armor, and I have that at the moment. It's just I have armor of fire resistance instead of necrotic resistance.
so Nick. All right. So, uh, what's the rarity on that?
It would be rare, so blue,
Hmm.
and I already have blue armor. I lose my cool flame pattern, but you know what? Bones are cooler, and they're more in line with his theme at the moment.
Yeah, I think you can very easily, well, very easily. I think you could reasonably find uh, the armor of the resistance you're looking for.
Perfect. Is it okay if I just trade out my old resistance armor for the new one and don't have to worry about gold?
Yes.
So we can skip that. Okay, cool. I have another request.
Mm-hmm.
I would like the Sword of Wounding. Sorry, the Long Sword of Wounding.
Okay.
It is a blue rare item. I currently have Sunblade, which is, well, really good. The issue is it does fire damage and they're immune to fire damage. So I would like one that does necrotic damage. This is the only one I could find. Once per turn, you hit a creature with an attack. That's the start of next turn. Takes 40 necrotic damage each time you wounded it. Ooh.
Am I hearing something that is desired? Like all or
Yes,
more?
that would be the long sword of wounding. Still,
Well, I'm basically asking is like, did you see more in that description that you made you want to? It's even more.
yes. Basically, when I hit somebody for the first time, you know how in video games there's like bleeding
Yes.
stacks. It's just that for necrotic damage, but they can make a DC 15 Constitution check. So, I mean, it's not broken, but
No.
still good though.
So how high in rarity are we going for
This
these on?
blue,
Oh,
uh, so
Um.
rare.
rare.
So, um, basically, what's going to be happening is that uh, you could theoretically ask for a legendary item, but that's probably going to be the only thing I'll allow you to get. Um, like any rarity, just note that the rarer it is, the more I'm going to be like, maybe not.
Okay.
You said it was rare.
Yes.
Roll for me a D100.
Come on, Call of Cthulhu. 55.
Yeah, you get it.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're able to find it.
I appear to be thinking of armor from Boulder's Gate. There's one sort of like it that's legendary, but living armor. What the hell? Oh, that.
While I am thinking about it and we are talking about equipment, let's see, who was it that you had in charge of the artifact stuff? I think it was Chu Yan. So she'll come up to you guys and basically ask, like, or say, we think we may have figured out how to recreate the Fallen Chosen's armor. However, the the time, energy, and materials that would be required to make these things, we could probably make one suit, two, maybe. I don't think we could make more than that.
Okay.
Do you want us to go ahead and make as much as we can? And who would we be making this set for?
Okay, so just to make sure, what are the damage resistances on that?
The damage resistances.
Because if it is necrotic and a couple other things, I'm going to retract my armor of necrotic resistance ass.
Well, keep in mind there's more than just you two. There is also Liv, Fleur, Silvar, and anyone else that you would theoretically want at the final fight.
True. But I am the one who wears the armor. Does anyone else wear? Well, I mean, I'm sure other people wear armor. It's just like I'm the armor guy.
Listen, man, I'm wearing leather armor, all right?
Well, I mean, that's perfect. Dead animals, that's just right for you.
How nice of you.
You're welcome.
um, yeah. So that would be acid, cold, bludgeoning, force, lightning, piercing, slashing, and thunder.
It's a lot of damage resistances.
So, have we run into them doing that damage?
Not yet.
Right. Who else in the party could use something? Because look, I'm still kind of confused why my HP is so low, and I know they do necrotic damage, and they do a lot of necrotic damage. So I'm going to keep my armor of necrotic resistance. And someone else can take this armor.
And
Like,
if you're and depending on like who's wearing the armor, even I also want to think about what armor they could wear.
Right.
So
Well, what are the two fighters that you convinced me, or not the two? Yeah, the two. What are the two fighters you convinced me to keep that could wear this armor?
um, so the fighters, there's Silvar and Vogley. So they're
Okay.
both fighters.
I
Um,
think it would be cool for them to have this armor.
the father and son duo.
Yes. Plus, they're probably the ones making it because they're the forge guy.
Okay.
That's my vote. What do you say, Sturban?
Sure, why not? Let them have it.
Okay, and what type of armor do you want them to have? You want it to be plate armor, since that's the I think that's the highest AC they can get.
Can they wear that?
They're both fighters. They can wear all the armors.
All the armors. Uh, okay. If we don't have them making plate armor, well, I want them to survive, and they technically have to for lore reasons. So yes, plate armor, please.
All right.
Make it look cool too. Like make it with dragon designs. Oh, that would be bone dragon designs. Like, oh, that's so cool.
All right. You say they need to stay alive for lore reasons, but Vogley already exists in this timeline, and one that's currently fighting alongside you guys is from the future. So Silvar could die, canonically.
Yeah, technically. Still though, I think the bone dragons on the weird cobalt things would be awesome.
All right. So Silvar and well, actually, let's see how well they do in recreating the armor. Uh, uh, what is your bonus to this? Nope, that's the wrong character. Uh,
So I had to pick the only feat that Roll20 lets me pick. I'm gonna change this. They said. Let's play.
okay. Do do have proficiency that's +6. So what's your strength? So this would be a +12. All right. Yeah, that so, and then uh, does it? Okay. Alrighty, they do manage to produce by the very end of this time frame 2 sets of the armor.
Cool.
However, no more of these suits of armor can be made
Oh,
since it's taken so long and just took up so many resources that um, the only thing left for your country is your personal wealth.
oh, okay. Good thing I have a lot. Okay.
All right. So those 2 items that you asked for, Dahan, were those both things that required attunement?
Yes, they were. Sadly, I'm looking up um, additional attunement slots
Sadly, I
because
think you only get 3, because I think only artificers get more than 3 attunement slots.
yeah. So yeah, I've got a cloak of protection, armor of necrotic resistance, and the long sword of wounding. That's all I can get. Sadly.
Starabon,
What's up?
do you want to request any magical items?
I'm thinking and fighting Roll20 right now. Give me a second.
Alright, well, we'll leave you to think about that because I think Starabon's going to be isn't necessarily going to be part of the negotiating with other countries.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just thinking between two different types of armors. What was it?
I'm sure there are
There's
nice
a
ones.
druid armor from Baldur's Gate that is pretty nifty for what Starkland tends to do.
Well, I'm sure there are plenty of hide armors that are available.
It was magic and very nifty. It's very rare armor of moon basking is light. It gives temporary hit points after casting Wild Shape and reduces all incoming damage by 1, increases AC by +2, and gives you advantage on saving throws against spells.
Wow, that sounds
It's,
pretty nice.
it is very nice.
Is that from like Baldur's Gate 3?
Yeah,
All right, so I can probably
that's
look
why.
it up.
What was that?
I can probably look it up later. Yeah, just to double check this information. Okay. Um.
I could just post it.
Yeah. This map is a bit of a mess, so let's uh go over to a less messy map. Um. For now, do you want Daeun to travel with Liv to do negotiations? I imagine not. I think
What?
recruiting armies.
Oh yeah, I would totally hate doing that. I mean, like, it would be one of Daehun's least favorite things to go and shout at people that they should join and go to war.
But do you want to
Join
do it with
me.
Liv,
Okay,
or do you want to
if it
divide and
is,
conquer?
oh, that's a good point. Yeah, but then you get to see less people. Uh, okay, how about this? High or low?
Hi.
Okay. Ah, okay. He's not gonna do it. He's gonna divide and conquer.
Alrighty then. So for the sake of roleplay, since it was your suggestion that the last time we had session to do only one because of the amount of countries that are on my map. So, Daehun, which of the countries on this map would you like to go to?
Theocracy,
Which
the one that
theocracy?
we dethroned. Oh goodness, there's a few. Let's see.
I think there's only two.
Yeah. Wait. Where is the other theocracy?
They're both in the south.
Oh, there we are. The Broquel. Okay. It's Vile, I think. We'll go to that one. The Bro theocracy. Mostly because we
It's the impossible to pronounce
bro-
one.
the broccoli theocracy. So because we didn't destabilize these guys.
Yeah, so for information, you have neutral standing with this country.
Perfect. Are there any cool symbols that they have? Well, no, that's too complicated. Um, What do we know about the country aside from the fact that they are neutral? Has there been any effect of the uh, darkness in here?
Well, roll perception.
Perception with advantage, because good old Desmond. Oh, thanks, Desmond. Really helpful.
Doesn't appear to be any corruption.
Okay, cool. Um, then I would like to stand before the council or the king or whoever. I would like, well, all right, first off, come to the country through teleportation, get the hold of the first person that I see, and ask them, hey, where's the palace?
All right.
And just kind of progress from there until I'm standing at the gate.
Okay, there we go. There's the leader of that country.
Uh-oh. Where's his face?
So you're basically led to this large, well, it looks like a large church. And well, you're pointed over towards the large church, and they'll say that that is where Lord Seer Rift Vein resides.
Rift Vein, right?
Yes. So the full name, well, and title is Lord Seer Joshir Riftvane.
Okay. I'm just going to call him Lord Seer from here on out. Thank you, citizen. I hope that you are part of the armed forces.
Wait. Nope, that was the wrong one. That was actually the Genomycin.
Oh, okay.
I was looking at my notes and it said it's corrupt. I'm like, I don't remember this guy being corrupt. No, it's actually Regis Valrock. Carrying?
Regis Valrock, pretty solid.
Yeah, the Rift Vein was the guy that you were party to regicide of.
Yes. Okay. Thank you, citizen. Are you part of the armed forces?
No, I'm a farmer.
What? Haven't you heard? He's going to wait for a response.
Heard what?
About the tree. About, have you not seen it in your crops? It's killing everything. And he's going to stand tall and pull out his now sword. And just for reference, that's what the two images are. His old sword looked like the bonfire. His new sword kind of looks like the crepuscular rays. Anyway, I am Dehun Stormbender, adventurer of the most high god of Huitzilopochtli, and I am here to save this world. We are being beset by a dangerous and vile entity who has corrupted everything and seeks to corrupt you. I spent 2 entire months, wanting to eat my own fingernails because of this being, and its hunger knows no bounds. That was only the surface, let me tell you. If you want to save your family, if you want to save your descendants, and if you want to save your entire country, you will spread the word and tell as many people as possible about this problem. It is the hungering one, and it will eat you. And then he's going to walk off.
Roll for me either persuasion or intimidation. I mean, it was going to be persuasion up until that last man, and now I'm not sure which. And I'm going to give myself a pot of water.
31 with good old Desmond. hopefully making scary faces behind me.
I greatly enjoy your role playing.
Thank you.
Oh boy, spilled some water.
You scared the DM so much, he's putting some water, man. How could you?
Yee.
uh,
Desmond is making like little chittering noises and scattering sounds behind the guy as I'm kind of like staring him down, hopefully giving me some advantage.
so, while you were passionately giving your speech, you managed to gather a crowd around you.
Oh boy.
And you only really notice when you begin to walk off. But there are definitely like people like murmuring like, "There's a tree that's going to eat the world. Well, I don't want to be eaten. Perhaps we should. Perhaps this should be brought up to with the bishops."
Fear not, and he's going to say that towards the people who were talking. I am going to see the Regis myself. This is of utmost importance, and I, Dehun Stormbender, along with my guild or party, the Order of the Swan, will ensure your safety. But we need as much help as we can possibly get.
All right.
And I'm going to keep walking.
Well, you've definitely made a name for yourself.
Awesome. You got to work the people, not only the rulers.
Yeah, I mean, you've already had somewhat of a name in this country, but now you definitely have one.
Perfect. Oh, and just for a little added flair, he's going to have Hummer, who's now a Pegasus. I believe I mentioned that last time. He's going to have Hummer swoop down with all of his like turquoise and aquamarine, shimmery hummingbird-like beauty, and he's going to jump on his back and fly off. Just like, yeah.
All right. Because of past dealings, it appears that, well, when you enter the place and you state your name and your intent, they will take you to a little office where sitting behind at a desk is a human man that appears to be in his mid-40s. Are you one of the people I've heard so much about? One of these people from Mikhail, is it?
Yes. I am from McTail on McIsle. Don't get confused by the name. It's my city on the place. But yes, I am Dehun Stormbender of the Order of the Swan.
What can I do for you, Lord Stormbender?
Lord Regis, can I call you Val?
You may.
Thank you. Look, Val, we are dealing with a threat that is beyond us. And I do not say that lightly. Me and my party, specifically the Signets of the Storm, which is my personal mercenary crew, please contact us if you want to have anything like Black Ops done. This is beyond us. A great being, a terrible being, known as the Hungering One, has been moving. Its foul roots, it is a tree, by the way, have been crawling their way across the world and consuming people, not only physically, but also mentally and spiritually. I have fought many such people. Recently, in another theocracy across the sea, you may know them, the Ganamycians, I dealt with, well, let's just say the entire country went into a famine.
Yes, I
And
was well aware that there was a famine, but we thought that it was a natural famine, not a supernatural one.
it was very supernatural. I was there myself during much of the time trying to save the people. Um, and let me tell you, and he's going to lean in and kind of like put his hands on the desk. The dreams, Regis, the dreams that I heard, the screaming and the hunger. At a certain point, I wanted to devour my own flesh. I was so hungry, and I am glad that, and he's going to pull back, that it has not happened to your country yet, but I am afraid that it will. Over the last few years, we've seen this thing grow and grow and grow and gain more followers. They even attempted a few attacks on McIsle, and you know that's an adventurer stronghold. The fact that they were able to do such a thing is incredible. I fear for your country. I fear for you because they are so powerful and they will only continue to grow. And that's the reason why I'm here. Please give us your aid in the war to defeat this being. It's not something that we can do alone, and we need your help.
Go ahead, roll persuasion.
Cool. Um, Persuasion. Come on, darn it! I rolled so poor.
Well, luckily for you, this country is neutral and not hostile.
Perfect.
As you have been talking, the Regis has been getting a more worried and worried look. He's, this sounds like a very credible threat. Um, yeah, I will gladly provide any assistance I can. Um, I just need to verify what you're saying first before I can commit anything. But rest assured, if you what you're saying is true, and I do think what you are saying, I do think that you believe what you're saying is true, then we will provide whatever aid we can assist with.
I'm very glad to hear it. I'll put you in contact with Tang. Out of character. Are we doing this through Tang? Tong. Sorry,
Uh,
I keep using the wrong one.
that depends on like how you guys want to do it. Tong is the prime minister of McIsle,
Yeah,
so if you want all the coordination to go through her, she's not going to be happy about it. But what else is she going to do?
I would like to make this nation building exercise as well as we've got to stop this thing from killing everything. So yes, I would like to do this in the name of McIsle as well as
I'm
the Order of the Swan.
sure she'll love it.
Oh, I'm sure she's going to go into my room and just write all over the wall.
With her terrible
Yeah.
handwriting.
Oh, she's going to stencil in the names of all the people whose skulls I've gathered onto their foreheads. Daehoon's going to have a fit.
Yeah, this is what you get when you put an anarchist in charge and force her to be in charge. Like,
Hey, it's the best person. If you had Daehoon in charge, oh boy, the
There
mind
would
never
not
be
be much
free of
of an
failure.
island left.
That's true.
Like, Dane in charge would just be wars. Durban in charge would just be trees.
Yeah, I'm glad it's Tang. At least she hates the government, so she limits her own power.
that is true. But it also means that you have trouble paying for things because she really took her time when implementing that tax system.
Daehoon hates it. I, the player, love it. Um, yeah. All right, so I'll set you up with a representative from McIsle so that we can coordinate everything. I'm just a diplomat, honestly, in this scenario. Out of curiosity, how well equipped is your country? I know that's a sensitive question, but if you enlighten me.
We have been the main people that advocate for peace in this entire region. Uh, that's not to say that we don't have our own armed forces. We do, but when you're allied with most of the world, most of the region, you don't really have much need of it. We do have a force in case anyone does turn hostile, as unlikely as that is.
Of course. Now, we know stuff about these people aside from the hunger. Um, they don't do very well against attacks to the mind or attacks that kill or necrotic and psychic, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Attack or mental attacks or things that cause rot.
Yes. And I know that it's hard for me to say I'm a paladin, but they do not do very well, or they do incredibly well. In fact, they don't seem to feel any radiant damage. Um, again, being, the paladin of the sun god, that hurts down inside. But that's fine. I'm just going to give you a heads up. If you could please gather as many people who can do attacks to the mind or attacks that rot as possible, that would be the best thing you could give us. And sadly, we're going to have to sideline the paladins unless they're willing to stand in the front nobly and take the brunt of the attack.
Well, depending on the oath those paladins have, they would gladly serve as the shields
All
for
right.
the force.
Aside from that restriction on who can fight, I don't think I have anything else for you. I'll set up contact as soon as possible.
Yes. Well met, uh, Lord Stormbender, and good day.
Have a good day, Mr. Regis Valrock. He's going to bow and leave.
All right.
Dang it, I was going to say, may your gods bless you. I completely forgot that. Oh well.
I mean, there's nothing stopping Daewon from running back in and saying that.
No, no moment's passed. He's trying to keep on the cool, suave paladin look for a little while. Like he did that one time with the prison break.
He's staying suave for as long as possible.
It's very hard.
Yeah, I can
He
just
goes
see it.
into battle and the suaveness disappears immediately.
Just goes berserk. Ah.
Yeah, I can just see it. Daewon bows, leaves, remembers that he could have said something, but continues on because he's like, I once looked cool.
He wouldn't look cool.
Just look cool.
So he's going to do about the same thing in every place he goes. If he can do a few more places than just like one with the people, like if he could go to one town and be like, "We're all gonna die unless you help us," then that would be perfect. And then aside from that, he's just going to kind of give the same spiel, especially mentoring the hunger. He really wants to get the fact down that you will be hungry and die hungry.
It is a very terrifying sounding death, to be sure.
I just asked the Donner Party.
Ah,
Uh,
All right, Miss Olivia. So that is as low as she can roll. Okay. Yeah, because Actually, no, the lowest you can roll is a 25 persuasion. I hate eloquence bards. They break the social mechanic of the game. Uh, yeah, so between the two of you, you are able to get, well, let's see how much of the world on your side. Uh, so that is, uh, where's my pencils? Let's see. Start from the top. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47. Uh, nope. 0.41. You're able to get 20 countries. A solid commitment.
Dang.
Wait, no, no, not that. Because that seems actually kind of low. For some 28. You get 28 countries on your side.
Nice. It's pretty good.
But the other 19 have not committed for some reason or another.
We'll put their names in the book of grudges.
We will remember this.
Yeah. If you don't want the world to exist, you don't need to exist. But we'll take care of that later.
You know what?
David being like noted.
Okay.
He will take any chance he can get to conquest. Especially if it's for like a false righteous reason. Perfect.
The guy is literally just going to be at war for as long as it exists.
Yeah, actually, it probably is. Oh, think of all the feuds. Like, dude, this is not going to be like a garden paradise. This is going to be an endless stream of adventurers coming and going. The only well, no, not even Sturbon's place is solace. It's full of dinosaurs. Welcome to
We literally
Death
have like Jurassic Park. It's like extremely wild and untamed nature.
There's going to be endless clashes between the steaming, terrifying, and grungy city full of terrible adventurers and the terrible nature just outside the door. It's going to be so fun.
This island is just harsh, period.
Yeah.
You just have super strong like adventurers like come out of the island simply because the weak kind of are dead.
This is awesome. I like Mikhail.
Of course, you
We just get a bunch of Rambos because it's a jungle. Ooh, yeah.
That's like every adventure has to be a rainbow.
All right. I have gone ahead and calculated how many are how many countries have been corrupted.
Uh oh.
Um, you know what, David? Give me another perception check because you are basically doing the same thing from country to country, correct?
Say again, please.
You are basically doing the same thing country to country, correct?
Yeah, yeah. Just go to the people first a few times if needed, and then go to the leaders, so I get a real sense of what's going on. I am rolling not that bad, I guess.
Yeah, 15's not bad. There are at least two countries that you and Liv both went to that were definitely corrupted.
Okay. Um, and the people look like dead hungry, and nobody's happy, and there's plenty of like roving bands of people trying to eat stuff, or is it more subtle?
It's more subtle.
Oh,
Like you had, it was like a gut feeling that you got. So like when you first arrived, and then when you went and talked with the leaders of these two countries, you didn't really get anywhere, and they almost seemed to at the very end, like things almost got heated to verbal arguments.
whoa. I mean, for Daehun, that's pretty standard, but for Liv, that's kind of scary. Okay. Um,
And you know,
all right. Well, noted. Are they pretty small? Or are they like huge?
um, uh, roll a d12 for me.
Come on, baby, give me a. That's a 10.
Uh, I mean, you would say it's more of a medium-sized country than one that you went to.
Okay.
And hold on, I
All
just
right.
realized that Fleur would have been the primary negotiator for the Fantasy Japans.
Oh yeah.
But
Okay. So my biggest question is it centrally located or is it like
oh boy,
my goodness?
well done, Fleur.
Yes.
You're saying?
I was wondering if they're centrally located and can be easily overwhelmed, or if they're like up in the mountains where nobody can attack them.
The north of the country was definitely in the mountains.
Okay, that's fine. Um, I definitely make an effort to tell Tong, please note on the map, and then please tell the people around them that we've convinced to like watch them.
All right, and because it's you, well, because you actually managed to suss suss out this, uh, I'll actually give you the name.
Oh boy, not a theocracy again. The ventilation, ventilation theocracy. Got it.
Okay, did I actually have the map for this region put on
Ventilation.
or roll 20? Doesn't look like it, so I will post where this country is later.
Okay. As long as we got the majority of people on our side. Do we get all the big named ones that are on the map right now?
Um, you definitely got the ones that you were neutral with, which the only ones you didn't have neutral standing with that weren't taken over by Turku, at least that you were actively noticed, were these two.
Okay.
So, yeah, you pretty much. Shimper was going to be an easy one. This one was going to be an easy one because they're allied to Shimper. Um, there's actually a pretty influential person from Swanbell on your island. Well,
Nice.
I
Wait.
say,
What?
I
We're,
say,
we're from the. Sorry.
what were you going to say?
We're the Order of the Swan, and we've never been to Swanbell.
Kind of ironic, not gonna lie.
We should make a vacation there. Maybe that's where Dahun can retire.
Maybe we'll have a one shot there.
All right. Yeah. Sorry. Keep going, Dion.
Yeah, I say like pretty influential, but really they're just like a court wizard that was from the capital here that was sent to be an envoy.
With it. That's all right.
Actually, one of the player characters in the mini campaign I was running on the island.
Cool.
They were neutral. They're neutral. We already know that they were committed. And again, they're pretty much allied with everyone. So, um, how many are on here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, you pretty much got this entire region secured.
Perfect. You'll love to hear it.
These guys aren't particularly happy
Oh.
because your party did regicide for both of these countries. But this guy was kind of forced into it because it's Turku's puppet.
Right.
And come on, you really think an empire is going to be the odd one out?
Was a war? I don't think so.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, I think that's all the diplomacy I've got. I can't think of anything else. I'm watching you, Ben Lation. The Ben Lation Nation. All right, what's next?
I believe Starabon was thinking about magical item or equipment.
Yeah.
Yeah, I posted a screenshot of the armor I was thinking of
Yeah, that.
on Baldur's Gate. It's in the Discord.
Yep. Bestows temporary hit points to the wielder when they wild shape.
It's pretty decent.
Very rare. Yeah,
What?
very rare. Yeah, I think you can definitely get something. Get a armor like that.
Awesome.
And also you can try for something that is rare or lower at this point. Like one more item of rare or lower.
There's one thing I think it was.
Do you still have attunement slots?
No.
You know, you could get the.
That's thingy of claws.
Don't. much every caster class have a spellcasting focus that gives them a like +1 to +3. Uh,
Yeah, you gave me one.
uh, at what increase?
Moonsicle +1. You gain a bonus to attack and damage rolls made with it. Oh, for fuck's sake, did I not give my... Did I not? I didn't say how much of a bonus. Wow.
Make it a +3.
Okay.
Yeah, just so that you throwing you guys a bones to do as much damage as you can.
Thank you.
I I already got you
Oh,
covered with magic. Chomper has an emergency um, hit the red button spell.
yeah, Sturban has a nuke the area spell for 10 turns. It's fun.
Well, Chomper's big red button in this case is a oh F, everyone is dying. How about no?
Oh, the resurrect everyone.
Not resurrect, but mass heal.
Mass. Oh, that one's a fun one. Wait, heal does 70 healing? Jesus. Oh, and I have mass cure wounds. Hmm.
Is it? You said Moonsicle?
Yeah, Moonsicle.
Yep.
It is Silverblade Sickle, glimmers softly in the moonlight. While holding it, you gain a bonus to attack and damage rolls made with it, and gain a bonus to spell attack rolls and saving throw DCs of Druid and Ranger spells. A bonus is determined by the weapon's rarity.
Yep, you get the +3.
Yep. And when you cast a spell that restores HP, you can roll a d4 and add the number rolled to the amount of hit points restored, which is kind of nifty.
You know, a thought has occurred to me that since there are so many NPCs, what I could do is I could give you guys access to their character sheets and have you guys run them. That way I don't have to.
Oh,
That way I
Do
don't have to
all
go
of
through
them.
all that trouble.
here. I'll take the frontliners just so that it's easy. Or wait, frontliners and casters are kind of difficult. Sturban, would you like to split them so that we can just like I do melee attack with frontliners and then the casters we do stuff with?
Sure, I do casting, you do.
Oh no, I was thinking like to split the difference so that we don't both have to, or so that you don't have to do all the casters and I'm just like I hit stuff, but with 30 people. We like you take half of the casters and half of the fighters or melee.
Oh, sure. I can do that.
Awesome,
Well,
sweet,
we'll take care of that when it comes down to it. And
perfect,
I'll make sure that I have access to, or that you know, Chomper has access to all her spells. That way, you can choose which spells she has prepared.
awesome, thank you.
Um, let's see. We took care of the NPCs, recruited armies. I got your magical equipment done. I will get the NPCs done before next week, maybe. If I'm not done, if I'm not busy with schoolwork and the essay. Uh, Locating the Hungry One. I think that's going to be a Cirebon, Fleur, and Chomper thing.
Yeah, so while everyone's doing the diplomacy, you've got what me, Fleur, and Chomper just kind of. Well, I guess Fleur is doing diplomacy, so she's doing that. Me and Chomper doing looking around
Well, Fleur would have.
while we wait for.
I think Fleur just did like the Fantasy Japans because that's where she's from.
Then,
Also, she has a child to worry about.
yeah, all
uh,
right, I remove this. It's kind of nifty for a druid.
so, Archdruid, uh, how do you want to go about searching for the thing?
Wonderful question. Um, do we have any items? Do we know of any items that can stop the corruption caused by uh, the Hungering One?
You haven't encountered any, but that doesn't mean they don't exist.
Yes. I guess he'll ask around for those, or I don't know, contact some druids and be like, "Yo, this thing's unnatural. Do we have anything that like stops that? You know, totems or whatever." Um, and then I guess focus on the ley lines of nature and try to sense like major disturbances.
All right. Uh, okay. So roll either a nature or perception check.
Nature. Yeah.
Um, you're very close. But you know you're very close, but you don't have the exact location. Uh, let's see, Chomper. Right, I moved her.
So Starbound's like the bird hound, points in direction. It's that away.
Excuse me. Let's make sure that you don't have this on advantage or disadvantage. And perception. Alrighty. Between you and Chomper, you're able to pinpoint within a uh, 50-mile radius of where this thing is. An area that is easily covered or searchable via the Steel Swan.
Good. And I guess all right. I'll ask some we have well, I guess the magic workers are busy working on uh that armor. We have I guess I'll send out some messages to like druid enclaves asking them for like uh if they can construct some I don't know like dampening fields to counter the hungering one corruption. So we don't have an army literally try to eat itself when we get too close.
What? I don't know what you're talking about. That has never happened.
Never. Right.
Let's see. Let's see. We both have plus 11s for this. So I guess I'll just use that as a base. Uh, yeah, so several druid enclaves are they come up with their own variations of like how to possibly counter this thing. All of them nature themed in one way or another. Um, yeah, so there's one enclave that's like particularly full of like wildfire druids that have provide like uh, logs that, when burned, will uh, basically give the effect of lembas bread from the Lord of the
Nifty.
Rings. Any food that's cooked over those fires will provide that effect essentially. Just as an example. Um,
All right.
yeah.
I guess we start collecting those and asking, I guess, our allies to help produce them.
And now I'm just thinking that the circle of spores are just producing mushrooms.
They're like they hand out shrooms. They're like, yeah, this works just like the arsonist. Trust us. And like you smoke it, it's just like suddenly everyone's hungry or something. They get the munchies.
That, that's not good.
Wait, you wanted people to be less hungry?
Communication error.
All right,
You mean you
all right. So I think with a majority of your preparations, unless there's anything else that you want to, or that you can think of that would be assist in preparing for the final assault.
the final battle. No, that seems pretty much it.
Daewin, anything?
How long did we have?
This would have been probably like half a year to 3/4 of a year.
He's going to try to grab as many adventurers as possible and train him up to be, you know, signets, just so that he has a reasonable fighting force. His idea is to leave them behind so that we don't have to deal with more people on Mikhail and McTail, just to make sure that they're relatively safe while all the big guns are away.
All right. So we'll say that your signets, uh, mm, pending the accumulation of equipment for the stats, they go from
Hmm.
being the equivalent of soldiers or guards to being the equivalent of knights.
Awesome. About how many do I have?
I would say that applies to like the majority of your signets.
Perfect. Okay, so I have 1,030 knights.
Nifty.
I have a lot of signets. Cool. Yeah, they'll be home guard while we're away.
All right. So when you think the time has come, the I think it would be fair to say that a council is called.
Yeah. And so the people who don't want to die, the hunger.
you know, Servon doesn't have any familiars on his side of the table. It's usually over where Servon is. You two spend a fair amount of time together at this point,
All right.
considering half the table has familiars. At least,
Desmond is currently has pulled up one of the tiles and is just kind of nicking it, chewing on it occasionally with a nice annoying crunch.
let's see that. Yeah, that's
It wouldn't be wise. That's made out of.
yeah. So she definitely has a familiar, and you three have familiars.
He's a familiar. That totally counts. She
Is
does
the
get one
fun.
because reason.
Well, she may or may not have one. I haven't decided. But also, she's an NPC in a different campaign, so
Ah,
or at least will probably be an NPC. Haven't ever met her in the campaign yet. Just so that there's someone with that there's some semblance of balance with accompanying people. Uh, you know,
perfect.
here. Tom will begin by saying that. So I know we've been doing a lot of work over the past year or past 2 years.
You sure have.
Are we ready?
My knights and Cygnus are ready to take care of the island while we're gone. I think my diplomacy worked out pretty well. Uh, I have all the stuff I need. He's gonna pound his armor.
Things went well on our end, Mick says.
All right.
You were about to say something,
Uh,
Servon.
yeah, this Chomper and I have managed to uh, locate the hungering one within a 50-mile radius. We should be able to find it quite easily. Plus, some of the enclaves I'm in contact with have provided, hopefully, some defense against the hunger. Um,
You don't sound too confident about that.
yeah, the circle spores were a little interesting, to say the least.
Did they provide us with shrooms?
Yeah, you get hella high.
Could could I have some?
Sure. Just checks. I guess I'd give that you some shrooms like passes it across the day.
Thank you. He's gonna put it in his bag of holding. I'll try them out on some Cygnets later.
You're not gonna actually try them yourself?
Are you joking? No, I'm not gonna ingest whatever this is. It's a mushroom.
It's pretty good stuff, man.
Yeah, that's what Arson said.
It doesn't really stop your hunger, but um, some other enclaves were good. The we'll have to see if it works.
Alright, so I since this country needs some people to pretend like they're in charge, Mori and I will stay here to keep things running.
All right. Um, yeah, I'll have Dimitri uh, refer to you for the time being.
Well, except for maybe the occasional interruptions from this Dimitri fellow, looks like we'll have finally have some peace and quiet.
Okay, fine. He'll stay in McTail. Yeesh. Our farming operations are going pretty well. Thank you, Sturban, for not fully invading the place yet.
Who said I haven't invaded it?
Okay. Well, that vine attack was a little much, but like, come on. Uh, the brambles weren't too bad. Anyway,
I take it he hasn't discovered the spy trees yet.
the what?
That's
I wouldn't worry about it.
Is that what those were? I thought they were just normal spruces.
Listen, even your walls can talk, man.
Oh, man, I got to get on the intelligence.
yeah,
Okay.
just wait until he finds the spy shrubs.
By shrubs. Those aren't even like special Sturban things. They're just like gnomes in a bush.
they're just they're literally just garden gnomes. You walk out in the garden, you go, there's more gnomes than usual. Weird. You just
All
don't
right.
know where they're coming from. It's just another gnome with a wheelbarrow in the air.
That is actually kind of scary. Well, yeah, aside from that, we'll be ready. I am ready.
Awesome.
Right. Well, good luck to you all. And
Thank you.
Yes, we'll tell you if there's good news, and if, I mean, you'll know if we fail, I guess.
well, the nice thing about being off-worlders is that we don't have to stay here. We have a home elsewhere.
Lucky.
All right. So, the McIsle, or what part of the McIsle army slash navy has already been sent ahead. Um, I will only ask this: do you want to take the Steel Swan over, or do you want to fly or to teleport over to the rallying point?
Steel Swan, I'm afraid that the teleportation is going to get blocked. The Steel Swan may crash as well, but still, it's a ship.
Very easy to rebuild a ship, I guess.
Or the captains are staying on the Steel Swan, right?
If that's the orders you give them.
Okay. Sturban, what do you think?
Right?
Because I'm thinking we could have them come over with the Steel Swan in their relatively slow way while we teleport there first thing.
Okay, yeah. So we can have the army ready by the time the ship comes over.
Just have like a backup that's coming in a little bit later, stagger ourselves so that we don't have to deal with any like, oh, well, the magic's gone now and we don't have any way of escape.
Yeah, we don't put all our eggs in one basket.
Yeah, that would be a terrible idea.
All right. Let's see. It's been a while since I was last on this website. Let's see. What was the closest? Uh,
Are you using other websites for your D&D campaigns now?
Uh, only the fantasy map generator.
Hmm.
I think it was here. This one? Yes, it was this one. All right. Actually, that way. Wait, what is the name of that city? You guys can't see it or hear it, but I'm just rubbing the bridge of my nose right now because of the name of that city.
Let me
It's
guess, Liv made it.
no. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. It's called Bat. Like BAT.
Just
Right?
that.
The Bat City. Everyone there is a little batty, you know.
They're a little strange.
Well, it's also the capital of this country.
Wonderful.
If I didn't think it would like my computer out, I would like share my screen. We can do that after I end the session. Uh,
Oh, they just have a big bat statue in the middle of town.
It's just Batman.
But it's upside down. Like it's built upside down. It's not hanging on anything. It's just upside down. That's just how it is.
a wizard did it.
Oh, we did it.
All right, so your armies gather uh, at a city that is along a river. A decently wide river. Um, in a pretty small city. But out in the port, you see hundreds of ships. Some of them look like they are designed for naval warfare, others look like they are troop transports.
Nice. Where's Turku?
I'm right behind you.
Hey, Turku. Please don't kill them.
What do you think I'm gonna do?
I don't know. You got those weird tentacles, don't you?
Yes.
Well, look at all those ships right above the water. You know, if you wanted to turn on us and go to the hungering one side, this would be the premium opportunity. Just saying.
Yeah, don't tempt me.
Hmm. Hey, Hoon.
Daehun is gonna try to like position himself a little bit behind Turku, or at least just stare him down the entire rest of the time.
Yeah,
Sorry, DM, I cut off your description.
that's not going to work. That's not going to work very well because he has advantage against the fear condition.
He's still gonna stare at it.
I mean, this guy is really built around the fear condition. Like he can deal it out, and he's not scared of anything.
Dude, I wish that I actually did more stuff with my class because I'm the fear guy. I'm the conquest dude, but I don't conquest very well. It's kind of
Hey,
bad.
you live and learn.
Yeah,
You're
I'll just have
next.
to try harder with my next character.
I mean, hey, there is nothing about Turku's class or subclass that makes him a mob boss. He just is.
He just is. He's
To
him.
his
The mob boss.
backstory.
Well, not even backstory. I like most of what I have developed with him for this campaign has been a result of funny things that happened with him that one shot I took part in with him as my character.
That's kind of hilarious.
Well, so basically what happened was is that we were tasked with delivering a parcel, like taking a train and delivering a parcel. Now, while we were waiting for it, um, we bought some potions from this guy who really didn't want to sell us the potions because they were for someone else, and then that someone else found out where we were, and basically held one of the other PCs hostage while we basically had a standoff, and then Turku, who was level 1 at this point, like, stepped forward and the joke was that the little one steps forward and makes a speech. But I don't remember what I said, but I just remember I rolled an intimidation. It was a natural 20.
Jeez.
A fight broke out. Turku got, I think, the last hit on the guy, and did another natural 20 intimidation on the rest of the guy's thugs. And I was
So
like,
you scared him shitless, and then scared him shitless some more.
yeah, and at that point I was like, if this guy isn't called Turku the Terror, I don't know what he will be called. Like, but he should be called Turku the Terror. He was also my first blatantly evil character.
Blatantly evil. You're first, I see.
Well, my previous ones were all heroes. Or children of heroes. I say that with a sample size of 2.
Yeah, it's hard to have a lot of characters running around when your campaigns last for a few years.
Yeah, so basically my thought. So the reason why I asked earlier if you guys wanted to ride the Steel Swan over or not was because the Steel Swan, if you teleport in, the Steel Swan would have been sent earlier, and you would be arriving at the same time.
Yeah. So the Steel Swan arrives when we arrive.
Yes, so you step out of the teleportation area. You look into the late afternoon sky, and like coming out of the clouds, you notice the familiar sight of the Steel Swan in her restored glory, flying down and landing in the bay.
Hooray. The gang's all here.
We're getting the band back together. That's presuming that the Steel Swan is going to be the flagship of this armada. You go on aboard and quite literally fly off into the sunset.
For the last time.
And And that is a good breaking point for the session, even though it's